There aren't enough white men to do this, and we're going to need a lot of competent human beings, and that includes everyone.
Many women in my circle have gone through the same process of, should I quit technology?
The headlines calling out tech's gender gap just keep coming. And for women in tech who are used to sexism and discrimination, this isn't really news.
A lot of those, sadly, are familiar experiences to me, and it's like, okay, let's keep speaking up.
The gender disparities at tech companies are glaring, especially for technical jobs. Women see 3 main areas of improvement for closing the gap. Efforts so far have focused on teaching coding. Women say change can't happen without also improving hiring and retention.
The more people we have who are fully engaged right now, the more that energizes that pipeline, which of course is important, but takes time.
We talked to women at different career stages to find out what they think would help most.
The first coding class I actually took was 2 months ago, and I ended up being the only girl there, and I was really scared and nervous when I first walked in. The major difference about being at this camp, it's an all-girls class. No one cares if another person's wrong. I feel like it's a much more let loose type of class.
The gender gap is particularly big in cybersecurity. Women in the field blame the stereotypical image of a hacker, a guy wearing a hoodie in a basement. A New York University camp is trying to teach girls they can hack too.
Some of the things that they learn are a little bit of programming, computer hardware, how networks work, something about cryptography, how to take a message and scramble it. We think it's especially important for high school women because some of them feel like these careers aren't for them.
All right, everyone, how's the camp going so far? Just good? Great, okay, awesome. We want to beat the attackers at their game. And when you think about how we're going to solve for that, it's going to be, technology is going to be one piece of it, but it's innovation, it's thinking out of the box. We need to have cybersecurity teams that are very diverse now in terms of how they go about solving problems. And that's why each one of you is really, really important. And I hope you guys do pursue a career in cybersecurity because we need each one of you.
I know I didn't know anything about cybersecurity when I walked into the program, and now I walked away, I'm like, wow, being a hacker is pretty cool. Everyone's so focused on being a woman in engineering and being a woman in this and being a woman in that. And I want to say, I don't care. I work with boys, I work with girls. I'm a girl, I like doing this. So that's what I took away. It's something I love to do, and I'm going to keep pursuing it.
As the talent pool grows, women say companies need to change who's getting hired and who's doing the hiring.
Often, not enough women are present on the panel, so there's going to be a lot of groupthink. People need to hire people who are like themselves.
To hire a person on our board or an executive in our company, we have to interview at least one person of diversity. Seems simple.
Who's to say that they're not a better fit or that they're not going to succeed? And maybe if they're not successful, maybe it's your infrastructure.
Then there's the matter of supporting women who already have tech jobs.
Often, with the focus on the pipeline, we fall down on making sure that people are staying around and that we're treating the people who are in front of us right now the best way that we could to retain them.
Some companies are creating events and networking groups to help women move ahead. Last year, a major venture capital firm started Ascent, a mentorship program for women at companies it funds.
You get confronted with, unfortunately, terrible and misogynistic culture in the tech industry, and you just don't know what to do. It is very important to have somebody that has been through that giving you advice.
When I started Ascend, I had this opportunity that Tunin let me take, which is being an engineering manager. And honestly, I was not sure I was good for that role. And talking to my mentor really, really helped, and talking to my peer group.
Still, women stress that networking between women alone won't fix deep-seated cultural issues in tech. Men have to get involved too.
Focus on the allies, the male allies, and focus on educating those that, have a toxic or have prejudices, because that's the other thing that gets me. You cannot just blame the victim.
It just really requires, I think, constant vigilance, which can be exhausting, but I think that's kind of what it takes.